So many jokes I could have thrown at that. And all of them are inappropriate.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Kenny and the Pony Show. What's up, Pony?
Not much. How are you doing, Kenny? It's July the 2nd, 2026. 6:35 Central Standard Time.
We took a couple weeks off, and we are back and ready to go at it again.
Yeah, I'm going to give the people what the people want, Kenny, and that's sports. We'll say politics for later on in the month.
Yeah.
And I'll have more announcements about the Cherokee Nation stuff and all that.
Okay.
Yep. So, I as I told you before we got on here, got family members coming in. Kind of need to get off here a little earlier, but doesn't mean that you're not going to be presented with a hard part in the paint type of question or whatever. You know how I do these things.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Let's start with positives first. Since we've been on here last, Oklahoma State football has signed Israel Hammonds, the big linebacker from Choctaw that I wanted. I felt like he was our fit. We've been looking for this guy. I think he's a good find. He's right. He's in the right direction as far as in our defense of how we're doing recruiting.
Yeah.
So that was the good part. That means
there's a bad part.
Let's go on the hard in the paint part. And I'll ask you first. This is agree or disagree? And why?
Oh, and why?
And why? Oklahoma State football team for the 2026-2027 season is the best college football team in Oklahoma. Agree or disagree?
Ooh.
Why not? Shall I start?
It pains me to say this. I'm going to say disagree.
I disagree too.
It pains me to say this, but I mean, look, they got to prove themselves before I'm going to have much faith in them.
Right.
Last year, Oklahoma went to the playoffs, and Oklahoma State lost all their games. So, turn it around, and we'll talk.
Oklahoma State is simply an experiment right now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's the hard truth of all of it. That.
Indiana was too, and look at that. But
right. That's right.
Yeah. So,
do you want to talk about the team that you think's the best?
Don't know nothing about them, but I mean, if you're one to elaborate on them, then let's go for it.
Okay, but what makes you think that? I mean, just before I go there, what makes you think that OU obviously is the team you're talking about? Correct?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, OU Sooners is who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, so make sure everybody understands. You haven't named them yet.
Yeah.
Okay. So why do you think the OU Sooners are better this year than an OSU? If you had to say right now.
Simply because, like I said a second ago, they went to playoffs last year. They didn't graduate all their players. They brought some back. And we got a whole brand new team, new coach, new everything, coming off a winless season. Well, I think we won one game, but, winless season. It's just, you're just putting A's and B's together and coming up with C. And,
right. I don't disagree with your general statement, but I'll dive in a little bit more.
Yeah.
Your general statement, which I'm going to elaborate a little more in, and it's true what you're saying. They brought back OU Sooners defense, brought back, I want to say 60 to 70% of their players, and they were good.
Yeah.
Already to great NFL caliber. Okay. Yeah. The class that's coming in recruiting wise for OU, all good.
They got that big old bull from Fort Gibson headed there, right, too.
Yes, yes. But they got all the linemen. They're a little light. I will say this. OU might be a little light on the defensive line side. Maybe. But they are stacked everywhere else. The big thing on offense for them is they're bringing back their quarterback. They're probably they're bringing back their number one wide receiver. Okay. They're lacking a running back, which they'll find one.
Yeah.
Okay. They're not that hard to find. Okay. Especially when you got a good offensive line in front of them.
If you got a solid line, you just find somebody that can run fast and they'll get it.
Here's what they have that we don't have. They've got a top 10 quarterback in the country playing for them. And I'm going ahead and calling my shot. The guy that's setting number 2, that is the backup quarterback, he's probably better than the starting quarterback.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. His name is Bo Bentley. He's out of Texas, and he'll be playing on Sunday someday. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
He's that good. Okay? Unless he gets hurt or something.
Sure. Yeah.
Unforeseeable.
Yeah.
The natural progression for this young man at OU, the second string freshman coming in, he's going to end up being their top dog. I mean, he just will.
As long as he stays there.
Yeah, as long as he stays there and he's healthy and all that stuff. Okay.
But, we're in a time now where you don't have star second string quarterbacks. Another team is going to come in with some money and scoop them up.
Well, since you said that, since you brought the word up, you brought money up.
I did.
Okay.
That's what it all revolves around.
And you know that OU is pretty good about transitioning their money into the players, and they did it illegally, for God's sakes. Okay.
That's why Barry Switzer lost his job.
Okay. So it should not shock you that I'm hearing out of Stillwater that these concerns that I talked about earlier in the shows about NIL money, I'll see it when I see it, then I'll believe it then maybe.
Yeah.
That this money would end up going to the players. Now I'm hearing there's a problem. If you'll watch any of these Locked On shows or any of these podcasts these kids are putting out there, it's like I'm Nostradamus or something. I'm not Nostradamus. I've been down this road. We've been down this road as a fan. Okay.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. Now they're saying there's strings attached to the money. And that's administration. Yes. All this. And they're having issues with it. They thought they had NIL deals signed this week and they didn't. I'm just telling you, it's the same old tune. They just put electric guitar to it. That's it.
Yeah.
It's the same tune. I mean,
I did see where, was it the Osage Nation is throwing some money at them and getting their patch on all their jerseys and stuff. So,
yeah. And see, when you say, make sure you understand what I'm saying. When you say something like that, you're thinking it goes right to, no. Yeah.
I didn't figure this was as much money to the players as it was to the program itself or something. So
it's not even about the money as much as it all has to go through this system first, and then it gets to the players. That's the problem right there.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? The administration's not, they want strings attached. I don't think you can put a whole lot on that level through the administration. I think you have to do it through the player has to agree, and they're wanting they want to try to get the power to rein it in. Well, that's when you're going to see places like Texas Tech. They're just going to start signing checks. They don't have any conditions like that other than to win.
Yeah.
That's all we're trying to do in the first place.
I mean, isn't that what Indiana did?
Well,
Oregon did it with their Nike money.
The problem is it's easy to just roll that word off. But there's a lot of issues at Oklahoma State with their administration, from getting that point A money to point B money to the player. They're having all sorts of problems. Too many hands in the cookie jar. It shouldn't be that many people involved in that type of decision making. Kenny, it's just not an amateur sport anymore. I mean, they're getting paid. Yeah. I mean, they're trying to get their cut, is what it boils down to.
And they can't keep treating these players like they're kids anymore.
No, they can't.
They're smart nowadays. They're not naive like they were back whenever we was in school.
You know, if they wanted to treat them better, they had the opportunity for years to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And now they know their worth, and some of these kids will be able to play straight into NFL, and they ought to let them go. I mean, it's a free country, or it's not. I mean, come on.
Mm-hmm.
If they have the ability, quit. You know, don't hold them back. They don't do that in baseball. You know,
or basketball.
That's America's sports. Baseball, they're the first ones to say, hey, if you're good enough to play out of high school, get after it.
Yeah.
You know, enough with this shit. Pardon me, but it's crazy. If you're 18 and you can get drafted, you shouldn't have to be dealing with this bullshit with the colleges. I mean, you just shouldn't.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Like I say, they're not kids anymore. So.
They're not. No. If you want to start doing all that stuff, do it in high school.
Yeah.
You know? Anyway. So, you think OU is the better team?
I do believe, yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering too. There's no Mason Rudolph news. He has got what I call, Kenny, I was looking at it like yesterday or 2 days ago. He's got what the corporate America people call the golden handcuffs. He's got 1 year left. He's going to make several $1 million in that 1 year. No one really wants him.
Yeah.
They really can't keep him on the main roster, but I think they're still going to have to pay him.
Yeah.
And I think he's going to wash out. I mean, unless I see something else there other than that. Now, one thing I will tell you about this, and I've told all along, I've been saying it the whole time about Mason Rudolph and this new head coach. You know, they got a new head coach at the Steelers, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Every time they see this guy throw in person, Mason, they're like, how's he not starting?
Mm-hmm.
Why is he not starting? Why is everybody considering him so? Pittsburgh Steelers fans are assholes. I'll say it here first. They've been spoiled by Ben Roethlisberger, and they never could get him back to the status quo he was in his early 20s. And they've been just trying to keep on and keep on. And the truth is there's nothing wrong with Mason Rudolph. It's the other part of the team that's bad.
Yeah.
Yep. He had some of the elite receivers at OSU, and they did great there. He set all the records. Mm-hmm. How about getting wide receivers that can catch the ball? Throwing that one out there, Kenny.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean,
yep.
Do you see anything wrong with or flawed with that reasoning?
I think you're right.
They made the offense around Ben.
Yeah, and whenever he was out that year, or year and a half, whatever, they tried to make Ben's offense, Mason run Ben's offense.
And that doesn't work. If he fit in as best he could, but if they would have rearranged everything and he got all the first reps and practice and all that, and
they kept recruiting all these other quarterbacks too to put ahead of him, and by the end of the season, he was back up in front of them.
None of them are as good as he is right now. The only way they're going to be better than him is if he gets hurt.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, he's got to be deep down chuckling a little. What crazy path the dear Lord put in front of Mason Rudolph?
Yeah, yeah.
Professionally,
yeah.
It's awful, in my opinion. I think that he is not. Do I think he was a Super Bowl champion quarterback? I don't know, maybe not. But is he worthy of starting? Sure. Yeah, I mean he's top 20 caliber.
Yeah.
And the coaches are saying it now when they see it out there on the field. It's.
Well, we'll see what the new season brings here. So.
Where it's going to bring more than likely.
Yeah.
I hate it, but
yeah.
You know what I mean?
But he's, if that means he doesn't get hurt at all and he's making several $1 million and he's going to retire, happy and uninjured and not, hurt the rest of his life too. So
maybe he gets to coach. That'd be nice to see.
He'd be a good coach. Yeah.
Be nice to see.
Yeah.
Okay. Other than that, I did hear some news that Baker Mayfield invested in a pro soccer franchise in Oklahoma City this week. I heard something about that.
I saw him. They interviewed him on the news about that. So I was happy to see that. I used to didn't like him at all. I couldn't stand him, but I think he's straightened himself up quite a bit. So
I guess the
yeah.
Texas Tech quarterback, by the way, that was in trouble last week or whatever over gambling and all that.
Mm-hmm.
I guess he completely is going to have to wait until the next draft. I thought they were going to do the late supplemental draft. That got denied since we
Yeah.
talked. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So now Sorby, I think, is his last name, and he's supposed to be pretty good.
Yeah.
I look for him to go in the top 3 rounds anyway, even not playing this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's a top 5 quarterback, not even playing.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your thoughts on that? Do you think that that's just part of the punishment? Do you think that's ample? Think it should have been more?
I think it's probably. I don't think it should have been more, but I don't think it should have been less. I think it's probably right on par.
Okay. So,
Yeah.
but nothing. You don't think he should see any punishment or any repercussions once he actually turns pro, do you?
No. There's people that's done a whole lot worse and didn't get punished at all. So,
Well, right. A lot of it's getting caught in all the middle of it, and because he was spending thousands of dollars on betting on his own games, and it's just,
yeah.
it's a bad look.
So, yeah.
Could here's a question for you. 30 years ago, you're 53. I'm fixing to be 53. 23 in the 90s. Could this man rehabilitated his career from that in the 90s? I don't think so.
I would have even got caught 30 years ago.
If he would have gotten caught.
I think if he had got caught, then I think his career would have been over.
Kind of like Pete Rose.
Yeah.
Do you think a Pete Rose kind of player gets in all that type of trouble in baseball now too? Or do you think it's a slap in the wrist in the future?
I think that America in general has become so accustomed to breaking rules and no punishment for it. I mean, anything from just go out driving, look at how people drive, 30 over the speed limit and don't care, to breaking laws and all that. And, well, all I did was this, nobody got hurt. So, let's just forget about it and go on. I think that's kind of the new norm now. So, you get caught doing something, gambling against your team and all that. And lost my train of thought there.
Do you think that's sports specific, or do you think that's all the way through, all the way up to the presidency?
All the way through.
Yeah.
That's what I'd say. It's not just sports. It's the general population has become accustomed to rule breaking, not rule breaking, but forgiveness of rule breaking. It wasn't that bad. Why should get punished?
Do you consider a loss of morals?
Yeah.
Me too.
Mm-hmm.
Me too.
Yep.
Yeah, I and for people that are watching this, we are talking to people that are possibly going to be future guests on the show. Some of these questions like that, I really am interested to think what they think, because they're old as we are. The ones I'm talking to.
Okay.
I really would like to know what their thoughts are from their 20s to present.
Yeah.
This area.
Yeah.
Even if we got people that didn't live in this area, I would ask them about the state of the world in general, but the rule breaking, not taking the rules seriously, and where does that lead us in the future? Not just sports, in our society too. Where does that lead us in the future? Not wanting to respect the rules.
I don't know. It could snowball and backfire. I have no idea.
Well,
but right now it's society in general is you draw a line and say, "Do not cross that line," somebody's gonna cross that line.
Well,
Just to say that they did.
a very popular movie series called John Wick, and there's like a trilogy of them.
Yeah.
Okay? There's a saying amongst it, all of them. Rules. It's what separates us from the animals. They're to be followed.
Yeah.
Okay. We had a big problem with that in this country.
Yeah.
And the big one I think is the Constitution. Everybody wants to ignore it. They all say they want to stand up for it. Well, hell, you had Mark Wayne. I think last week said we ought to do away with it. Ordinarily, that was a firing offense 20 years ago, Kenny.
Yeah, and now it's like, okay, yeah.
I mean, you know, I'm right about that. That 20 years ago, that's a firing offense. That's you know, it's just it's not a good look.
Yeah,
scary out there.
Interesting times, that's for sure.
Does it make you have pause on visiting certain places in the country?
Not really.
You don't care?
No, yeah. That doesn't bother me at all.
Is that because you're a man, or is that because and you can take care of yourself? Or I mean, if you had a granddaughter or something like that, does that change your attitude on it, or is it just you think everybody be fine?
I really think for the most part, people will be fine. Now, obviously, there's pockets you're not going to want to go into. Pockets of certain towns and cities and all that. But as far as would I be afraid to travel? Now, would I let a 17-year-old daughter go to I don't know, wherever?
Los Angeles, California.
Los Angeles, Sacramento, something like that, by herself, or her and one of her friends? Probably not.
Okay.
But now if they come up and said that they wanted to go to New Orleans for Mardi Gras,
yep,
I'd probably say, okay, and just be safe, be careful, and let me know what happens. So
that's interesting.
Yeah.
I'm not a parent, so I'm very curious to see what you think on that.
Yeah. So, friend, my coworker, his daughter, I don't know how many kids are getting to go, and what if it's a certain group or what. But anyhow, there's a group of kids going to Washington D.C. I believe later this month or next month, something like that. So she's been trying to raise money. So we was talking about that. I was showing him different places that we went to and took pictures of and all that whenever we was there. And he's never been. He wants to go, but he's not going to get to go with them. But he was fascinated by the stuff we got to see, and he's excited for his daughter. She's 12, something like that. So
can I throw a monkey wrench in everything you said?
Go for it.
So you're all right with her going to Baltimore?
Well, no, I don't think they even go to Baltimore, but
no.
They are. Well, now
your kid, 17-year-old daughter, you'd be fine with her going to Baltimore.
Oh, I thought you were talking about them. Oh, if I had a daughter,
17-year-old.
Oh yeah, I would question.
You're all right with that.
I would question. No, I would have a serious talk with her before going to Baltimore.
So you're wrong. So you sugarcoated that shit, and I just turned that around.
Well,
I'm just telling you,
it just like I said, it just
like the whole United States is fine to go. It's not.
As I said, there's pockets where I would,
that's a hell of a pocket, kid. That's like 1 million people.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a hell of a pocket. When I think of pocket, I think of Sallisaw, Oklahoma. That's like 5,000.
Yeah.
We're talking about 1 million people, and I don't know if I'd let my 17-year-old kid go there or go.
I'll put it this way: I would let a 17-year-old go to a lot of cities before I let him go to Muskogee.
Would you let him go to Baltimore?
No, not Baltimore. Only,
that's a landmine you're gonna step in every time on this one, because I just tell you,
as long as they don't cross that one street,
you can't deny it, because you were there with me and you saw it, and it was the middle of the day, noon on
it was a Sunday at right about noon, and I'm the one who said, turn around, get out of here.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, you were the one who told me to turn around. Yeah.
Yeah, I was telling that story to my buddy at work too about that. So
I was just letting you go on and on about that, because I was sitting there going, I'm hitting him with it. That's bullshit.
And
he's bullshitting us all. They're Come on.
But no, and obviously no parent in the right mind is going to give a 17-year-old boy or girl free reign to go wherever they want.
That's what. Well, okay. Well, then that means. And my point is, then it's not as safe out there as you think to travel. It's just not. I mean, that's my point. That's why I'm bringing it up. But that's hell of a pocket.
As far as like, man, I'm not afraid to go to any city, in the country. Now, I'm gonna be smart about it. If I go to Baltimore, I'm not going to go to that area where we got off into.
And that's the issue. How many 17-year-olds are smart enough to stay away from there?
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it.
Yeah.
I remember my 17-year-old self.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, especially if it was a guy.
I would have a hard enough time trusting the 17-year-old to just drive on the roads now because there's so much traffic. So, much less go to another city.
A lot of people think I'm sexist for saying that, but there's a reason why insurance rates are higher on 18 to 25 males than they are females.
Yeah.
Some of the decisions men make from 18 to 25 are very instinctual and not thought out.
Mm-hmm.
Way of saying it?
They're thinking with their front brain instead of their back brain.
He was a little more specific. We've all fallen victim to this. I mean, some of the things I've ever even tried were because of trying to interact with women.
Something as simple or what you think is innocent as racing another car beside you in the middle of town.
I wasn't quite that guy, but yeah. But well, come on, for God's sakes. You study history at all, some of the worst decisions ever made were made over relationship problems. Let's just look at,
Romeo and Juliet.
Julius Caesar and Cleopatra.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Some of those people existed.
They did. Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyway, but no, I just was wondering about that. I believe the country, you got to keep your head on a swivel now.
Yeah.
And you didn't want to say it, but I just don't think you're going to be able to travel and not. Maybe we all should have been doing it. Excuse me, looking over our shoulder, protecting ourselves. Having that talk, you said, with the youngster when they go, whenever they go. Yeah. I still don't know if I would be comfortable letting a child or a grandchild go to Mexico.
It depends on the circumstance, and where they're going and who they're going to be with.
Yeah, like Puerto Vallarta, for example.
If it's going down there, just a group of teenagers or young adults on vacation, I would highly, if they're adults, but young adults, you can't stop them, but I would definitely have a good talk with them. But if it was a teenager going with a church group down into Mexico on a mission trip, they're going to be safe.
That's not what I'm talking about.
But yeah, so there's two different things, but because I've only been to Mexico twice. Once was vacation and once was a mission trip. So
right. Well, the mission people are not going down there in the first place if there's problems. That's just that. Yeah. The kids will go because they're cheap prices of travel. Because they got because they have cartel problems down there, and all next thing you got a $200 flight. So that's my issue.
They would Are they going to Cancun? Are they going to Cozumel? Are they going to
Puerto
yeah,
Vallarta.
yeah. That's yeah. That would be one I would question. Now, if they were going to Cozumel, it'd be a little bit. Cozumel is the safest part of Mexico. So
Kenny, the Cozumel tickets won't be $200.
nope.
That's my point.
Yeah.
They pick the one where the cheapest. I mean, they're college kids.
Yep. So
yeah, I mean that's kind of the way that works.
So all you can do is talk to them and all that, because you can't stop them. You tell them no, they're going to go.
But you wouldn't. That's not what I'm asking too. If they ask you to go, would you say no? Would you say yes? That's.
I wouldn't answer right away. I can't.
You wouldn't even answer them at all?
Oh, I would. I can't answer them right away. That's something I'd have to sit down and have a good long talk with them before I say yes or no. And at that point, who knows? I don't know how I would answer it. So,
wow. Okay.
I'm a reasoning out. I'm not a straight up yes or no.
I understand this.
Give me the circumstances.
If it was Albuquerque, New Mexico, I understand, but I'm not talking about it. I'm talking about Puerto Vallarta.
I know. Florida. Yeah.
And I'm just like a little baffled.
I can't just say no, they're going to go. Because if you do, they're going to go. They're going to find a way to go.
Well, no, I'm asking if you recommend it or not. Yes or no.
Yeah. So
that's all I'm asking.
Yeah. So yeah.
I can't recommend it.
Yeah. So
no church group, just kids going there to party.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, I can't recommend that.
Yeah.
Can you?
I honestly don't. I've never been put in that situation. I don't know. I don't know how I would react. Yeah. You're not going to get an answer out of me on this, and I can't answer it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, then.
Yeah. I know the lawyer in you wants to hit me at all different angles, but yeah. No, that's one I can't give an answer to.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, then. Kenny thinks it's maybe okay to go to Mexico.
It might be. It might not be.
Boy, you're wishy-washy.
That happens when I'm under caffeinated and
do we need to do this on a different day, a different time? You're off on Fridays now, so I mean,
yeah. So
do you think a different day or different time might change your answer?
Yeah. See, Nate, you're trying to come in for another angle. Let's do it a different day to give me a different answer.
Well,
that's the lawyer in you. So
well, it definitely doesn't make you very stable on any of your answers.
Yeah.
I think you could agree on that. It's pretty sandy there. No foundation on that one. So anyway, that's all I got today, Kenny. We're at 33 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, and we're kind of, as far as sports goes, I mean, it's kind of a dead. I mean, you got the soccer stuff going, World Cup, but I'm just not a soccer fan, and so I haven't kept up with it at all.
Right.
And baseball is going, but I can't get into baseball until it gets further into the season, like closing into the playoffs. Football is just a bunch of people signing and moving around and all that. There's nothing really major happening. Same way with basketball. LeBron James announced that he's going to play again next year, but he's not going to play for the Lakers. So have not determined where he's going to play at yet.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
that's
about all the basketball news I've got.
That's about it. Just rocking along for the 4th. So,
got any plans for the 4th?
No, I've got family members I think are going to be coming in, and nothing specific. Maybe stick around here.
Yeah, coming up from Texas.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So. Yeah, I don't have anything set in stone. There's a couple of things that I'm options, but I mean, 100 degrees and all that, and I may just stay home, mow the yard, and sit in front of the air conditioner. Who knows?
Yeah, I didn't know. You were the one that did more of the lake stuff than I did. I just didn't know.
I don't know anybody else. All the guys that I was friends with that had boats have all died.
You're kidding?
So, yeah. Mm-hmm. So yeah, now I don't have any boat connections anymore, and the people I'd go to the river with a lot have kind of moved on with their life. So you know, I got to find a different set of friends now.
Oh goodness.
Yeah. So
ordinarily, well, my big thing is it's a holiday, and it's amateur hour.
Yeah. And with the holiday being on a Saturday too, that makes it kind of compounds it.
Yes, it does.
So
I would tell you that you're saving money by staying in.
Mm-hmm.
At least that's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
I mean, and the only travel thing that I ever wanted to do for 4th of July, and I haven't done it yet, and I would love to be in DC during their 4th of July fireworks and all that stuff. I think it would be awesome.
Yeah.
But there's been so much crap going on over there right now.
Well, they got the America State Fair or something like that, celebration fair going on, and I don't know. I've read where it hasn't been getting a big turnout so far, but I don't know. That could just be depending on which news station's reporting it, or which reporter. But they got the big fireworks show happening there. So I think they're wanting to try to break the world record as far as fireworks being shot.
Where's this?
In DC.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
well,
some like 800,000 fireworks or something like that. They're wanting to try to shoot off. So
I know people that have been up there during 4th of July celebrations and say it's really neat place.
Yeah.
At that time.
Mm-hmm.
No matter your affiliation, what you think.
Yeah.
And all that jazz. Trying to think if there's anything. There was something else I was going to talk about, but I think everything will have to wait.
Yeah.
But if we can, something we will discuss later on. We're going to have an in-person meeting or show. We've been doing everything
remotely. Yeah.
At some point, we'll probably have to get together. I just don't know when.
Yeah.
Hopefully, maybe it'll be in August after the weather breaks a little. It's hot as hell out there right now.
It ain't gonna cool off in August. It'd be probably September and never start cooling off. But
well, you say that, and I wore shorts to Christmas, so I don't know.
Yeah,
we'll see.
It's sure not going to get any cooler in August than it is in July. So
no. Well,
yeah.
Again, I don't know. It's the way everything's going. It was cool today. That's why I'm saying that. Everywhere 90 degrees. Everybody's saying it's 90. In Warner, Oklahoma today, it was 80.
Huh.
We had rain showers and it cooled off here.
Yeah. It was. I could hear. I've been hearing it thunder last 30 minutes here, but it's all toward Tahlequah and it's moving away from me. So
now, granted, you might be able to cut the humidity with a knife now out there, because the sun just came out. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But for 2 or 3 hours today, in the 1st of July, right? Well, it's July the 2nd. We had 80-degree weather here, and it was nice out here for 2 or 3 hours in Warner, Oklahoma today.
Yeah. It was, yeah. It was definitely hot in Muskogee.
Now, what that will also mean is I'm going to have to mow my yard again faster than I ordinarily thought I was going to. Usually I wait about 7 days, right?
Mine hasn't been mowed in 2 weeks, so I've got to get it done this weekend.
Oh, goodness. Yeah.
Yeah.
It
kept raining, and then it quit raining. And I just haven't had time yet since then. So
that's what you could always bring in a pet goat. That might help the dating life. All those women like those little nanny goats.
They do, yeah. There's a pygmy goats.
First time
But
they you know,
for,
the women like it until they jump on their brand new vehicles on top of the hood.
I got a neighbor that they ended up with some goats given to him, and he put a kind of a rinky-dink fence up out there to pin them up in, and then he come over one day, seeing if I had any old T-posts. He was needing some T-posts for his fence, and I didn't have any, but to give him. But he was talking about that, and I said, you don't have a very goat-proof fence over there. But I said, it's cool that you took them in and stuff. I said, if they come over here in my yard, I mean, I'll pet them, or give them treats, whatever. But I said, the first time I go outside and he's on top of my car, then the next time you see him, he's going to be inside that smoker right there. And he just he laughed and said, well, I'll ask you to share some of the meat with me. So, yeah. But they never did. They never wandered clear into my yard. So now they would sit over there and holler like if I pull up my driveway, they would act like I'm there to feed them or something. They would be looking at me and doing their what do goats do? They don't move. Whatever that noise is they make.
Nag.
I'm not going to try to recreate it.
They nag.
Yeah, that's something. Nag. Yeah, they'll sit there and do that. Just watching me get out of my car, but they never did. He would let them out quite a bit and just let them wander around the yard. But they never did come over here. So, and then they're gone now. I don't know what happened to them.
I have so many jokes I could have thrown at that, and all of them are inappropriate. Kenny and the goats.
Yeah.
Yeah. So many jokes for that
41 minutes into this. Yeah, it's about all we got today.
Yeah, get him off.
Yeah. Cut his camera.
Oh, Kenny and the goats.
So,
You'll be asked about that again later. Cleaned up.
I know how to edit things out. So
I know that's
it'll be fun.
You definitely have the option on that one.
Yeah.
So, anyway.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. That's all you've got. That's all I've got.
So I think it's time for your statement.
Time to head back to the stables because the pony show is over.
Same Kenny time, same pony channel.
Peace out.
Have a good weekend.
Have a safe weekend.